This is Deaf Ears 2, My Dying Bride, A Mortal Binding. On some level, humanity is drawn to darkness. I took Gothic fiction in college. European tomes full of tragic tales and bleak cold castles, or in rainy moor backdrops like Jane Eyre, Frankenstein, Dracula, and Wuthering Heights. Anyone with doubts about our collective fascination with human suffering can look at the modern-day popularity of true crime or the rabid horror sci-fi fan base. In these dark tales, we find support for our own miseries and terrors. My Dying Bride, hailing from West Yorkshire, England, have been turning this darkness into heavy music for over 30 years now. They started out as a slower than usual death metal, and you can still feel that in some of the vocal styles and the guitar riffs, but they have evolved their sound into their signature brand of gothic doom metal. This sextet are veterans of all things mournful. A Mortal Binding is their 15th studio album in 34 years, with 7 tracks with a runtime of 54 minutes, 53 seconds.
It's kind of like Candlemass, heavy and slow, but with the addition of a violin, minus the awful priest-like wailing vocals from Messiah Marcolin. I will admit normally this type of plodding, barely getting to mid-chug is not my usual wheelhouse, but I was surprised how both the poignant violin melodies and the combination of clean and growly vocals over these 7 tracks stayed in my head and resonated somewhere deep in my heart's core. I mean, I wouldn't recommend this as an inspirational workout music or birthday party backdrop. The vibe is more sit in a gothic leather chair, get a goblet of red wine, let the cobwebs grow, close the blinds, and ponder. In Her Dominion, the chug of the guitars of Andrew Craghan and Neil Blanchett bang in at once. However, riffs fall slowly here, as do Dan Mullen's drumsticks. The bass notes of Lena Abe are long and full of vibrato. When that bass line turns frantic like a cello, it is a precursor to a change in tempo. The vocals, check out this guy's name, the vocals of Aaron Stainthorpe, love it, are all glottal fry for this whole track. The synthesizer adds another layer of plaintive notes, and the thin violin melody of Sean McGowan rises and falls, returning for each verse, a folkish, dismayed, emotional tug. For most tracks, the guitars are chugging out a riff or engaging in minor chord harmonies.
Another favorite track is the second of 3 bells. Here, Abe's bass and McGowan's keyboards mirror each other's tones in a slow, chiming crawl. This time, Stainthorpe has a rich, full baritone that is half sung, half spoken that reminds me of the songs in Les Miserables, a play who, like My Dying Bride's lyrics, have no shortage of torment, regret, treason, and dead children. A violin solo is never far away on any song, adding to its poignant, plaintive plea. The vocals of Stainthorpe make a tag team of clean and orc-like angry growls, with that aggressive guitar riff preceding the change of style. Day by day, she steps closer to her crucifixion. Fair ribbons of scarlet dance from her wrists. Hard by the gates to hell, her crucifixion. McGowan's violin solo in Thornwick Hymn is so melancholy, I had to stop the track and dig out my candelabra to brighten the mood. The epic 11-plus minute The Apocalyptist also features that razor-skinny violin song and seems to feature a little of all their tricks, including both vocal styles, lurching drums and rolls, interludes, and the only true guitar solo on the album. Even this is woeful, like with the violin, not a run up and down the scales Malmsteen style. Stainthorpe admonishing, I cannot hold on forever, I cannot even lend you my wings, these thorns that I deliver, for the crown of all kings.
Goth is My Dying Bride's calling card, turning pain into art. To me, sometimes it feels good to visit the dark side, brooding sometimes exactly what we need to get through despair and move on. It seems like perhaps the pandemic, personal tragedy, and the stress of this album has even My Dying Bride needing a break from the bleak. After citing that these are difficult times and some cryptic announcements and canceling for now all tour plans, I hope they can sit in the sun for a while, eat a banana, and get some balance, because the darkness will return, and with it, we look to My Dying Bride to bring the darkness into the light, so we can all examine it and come to terms with it. This is the second of 3 bells.
This is the Snaggletooth Rock and Roll Podcast.